Hey guys, wanted to put out a video. I know it's Monday and I was racing this past weekend, so I wasn't able to get anything put together on this until today. So I'm still racing. I still have races through the next couple weekends of the month, and then I'm hoping to be able, after the end of the month, I'm hoping to be able to get this out and do some initial passes with it. So this is going to be my car for the Road to 100 contest with Mike at RC Prescriptions and Paul at Right Place, and I think there's quite a few others that are going to do this too. A lot of us did the Poor Boys challenge last year. I had just barely gotten this car at the very end of the Poor Boys challenge last year, so I've had a lot of time to go through it and set it up the way I want it, and it should be much better. So I know you guys are going to be curious about a lot of stuff, so I'm going to try to go over as much as I can. If I miss something, just hit me up in the comments, or however you want to, and I'll give you the information you need. So right off the top, I went to a totally different body. I was running a GTR body on it, and I really wasn't happy with it. So I decided, since going into this challenge, to get a new body for it. So this is a prototype body from McCallister. And the bodies, I've got another McCallister body on one of my 18th scale oval cars. And as far as I'm concerned, McCallister makes one of the best bodies out there. I know that guys like Mike are running the Delta Plastics bodies. The only thing that I don't like about the Delta Plastic bodies is you're trying to squeeze every amount of power and stuff out of these cars for a speed run, and the Delta Plastic bodies are just a little bit heavier because they're thicker Lexan. So if this thing's gonna take flight, the body's not gonna save it. So I decided to go with the McCallister body. And like I says, I've got a real good reputation with McCallister on their bodies, so I really like it. This is I'm pretty sure, description-wise, this is the prototype Daytona body, and it looks really good on this car. And it makes it sit so much lower. The other thing that I like about this body is that the wheels fit up inside the body, so it's going to be great for speed running because you don't have the tires sticking out into the fenders. It turns fine. I've already tested all that, and it turns fine and everything. So it should be really good as a speed run body. So, and all I did, I'm not a very good painter as far as doing all the graphics and stuff, so it's one color with the windows tinted, and that's about it for me. So anyway, so underneath the body, I'll go over it from front to back and try to hit everything, and hopefully it'll help some of you guys out if you guys want to get involved in this or whatever you want to do. So we'll start with the shocks up front. I've got 40 weight oil in the front shocks, 30 weight in the rear. Both front and rear shocks have 10 millimeter limiters in them to limit the amount of travel the car has. And also with the TT01, you don't have a way to adjust ride height from the arms, so it also helped bring the ride height down a little bit. Ride height is at 10 millimeters, and I can't get it any lower, not unless I do like major reconstruction of the suspension and everything. And I want to try to run this car as much box stock as I can, so I can say if I do hit that 100-mile-an-hour mark, that anybody could build one of these. So like I said, shocks, 40 weight oil in the front, 30 weight in the back. And then a lot of you guys need to do this off of what you think feels good. But I just set the tension where I thought it should be on the shocks. I matched it. It's a little bit stiffer in the front than it is in the back, because any of you guys that don't know that much about speed running, the last thing you want is the back end to get below the front end of the car because they usually take flight at high speeds. So anyway, so the shock's out of the way. Front diff has 50,000 weight oil in it, and it is the factory diff. They're not sealed, so I just put, I don't fill the diffs all the way. I just put some of the silicone diff oil in them and run it like grease. So again, 50,000 in the front and 30,000 in the rear. That's what I'm gonna start with. I may need to change that and go up or down or whatever, but this is just for the initial run to see if I can get a baseline on the car. Let's see, so the other things that I added is, I'll try to tilt this a little bit. I did add front and rear Racing adjustable upper arms, so I can adjust the camber in the car. So camber right now is at 1 degree. I'm gonna start there and see if I can take, I may end up at a 1/2 degree on the back and 0 on the front. I just don't know yet until I get a baseline on it. So I started with 1 degree on all 4 wheels. We'll see how that does. As far as toe in, toe out in the front, I'm at 0 on mine. With a speed run car, there's really no reason to run any toe in. I started at 0. If the car's gonna be, if I do a couple of initial passes and the car seems to get too squirrely, I will probably add a tiny bit of toe out to it just to stable the car up. It does have Racing CVDs in it, front and rear, in place of the dog bones. They'll hold up better over the long run, and I think it makes the drivetrain a little bit smoother. So other than that, let's see, it's got a Power Hobby Metal Gear servo in it. This is the new Hobby Wing 10BL120 G2, which is sensorless. So the motor that I have in this is a Surpass Hobbies 4.5 turn. It's actually a sensored motor, but I'm running it sensorless because the G2 is a sensorless only ESC. And you really don't, usually like us, that when we race, the sensor only comes into effect when you're at lower than like 3/4 throttle in the corners and stuff. When you're up on the throttle all the way, even the censored ESCs go sensorless anyway after a certain RPM. I can't remember what manufacturer I got this from, but I do have the aluminum steering in it and the aluminum prop shaft and cups. I can't remember. I don't think it's Racing. I think I got these from somebody else. And it was just like a thing I ordered on Amazon, and they seem to be fine. So I did go back gearing wise. I went back to the factory Mod 6 gearing because I want to see, I don't want to do the 48 pitch and then have to tell everybody that I did a gear mod on it to hit the speeds I did. So I'm gonna start with the Mod 6 gearing, and it's factory Tamiya gearing. I've got a 55 tooth spur gear on it right now and a 26 tooth pinion. As far as I can tell by using the calculator to figure it out, it should hit mid to high 80s on 2S, and it should go over 100 on 3S. So we'll see. I won't know that until I run a baseline on it. And that's really about it for all the mods and stuff that I've done on it. It's got contact. It's got contact foams on it. They're 26 millimeter. Because I wanted to run. I need to check them again now that I went to the Racing upper arms. But I have some 30 millimeters that I could possibly run on the rear. I just haven't tried them on it yet to see. And then the body posts on it, I just ordered these on Amazon. They're just an aftermarket body post because when I bought this car, it was used but never run, supposedly. but the body posts were cut down on it, and they were too short for my liking, so I just ordered a replacement set like this, so it's got aluminum body posts. And really, I think that is about it on the car. The carbon fiber came off of another aftermarket kit that a buddy gave to me. So as far as the carbon fiber stuff goes, the only stuff I'm using is the bumper mount up here and the battery strap. So I'm gonna do, I don't know if Mike is still gonna do what he was talking about in his last video, but I am gonna do that. I am gonna try to do tuning on this car to achieve the speeds that I want and try to keep it with the high RPM or high KV or high RPM, however you wanna look at it, motor. And I'm gonna try to stay at 2S and 3S, because there's still a ton of tuning I can do on this car once I get a baseline. I can turn up the timing on the motor independently from the ESC, and that gives you a ton of adjustment right there before you even have to start changing gearing or anything in the car. So I'm gonna see how that goes. If I need to change the gearing, I will, but I think I'm gonna do that as a last resort. So what I'm gonna be running in the car is, this is my 2S batteries that I'm gonna be running in the car. They're a 6500 120C for 2S, and then I just got this one also. This is an 80C 5200 3S battery. I know it's a little bit less on the C, but the thing is the higher the voltage you go, the less amps the car's gonna pull. So I think that the 80C is gonna be fine without having any problems. Excuse me, but we will find out. So anyway, I just wanted to put this video up and let you guys know that I'm working on stuff and getting stuff ready. It's just this month is a really busy month for me for racing with the Mini Zs and the oval stuff. So, and I need to do another, I'm gonna try next week, I'll try to do another video on the Mini Zs. I'm gonna try to do some recording this weekend when I'm down at the other track, because I've gotten a bunch of new equipment for the Mini Z stuff, as far as like some really nice, I got a really nice battery charger and some other stuff that I want to show you guys. I just haven't had time to do a bunch of videos this month. So I will end this one here, and I want to wish everybody that's in this with us good luck, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of speeds I can actually get out of this car, because I was not happy with what I did at Poor Boys last year. But again, like I says, I got the car at the end of the competition, so it was kind of a push to just get the car together and be able to run it to get on the board. So this one now I think is going to be a little bit different. So I'm hoping to be able to be up there with Mike at RC Prescriptions quickly, to where we're both just a few miles off of 100 miles an hour and just need to do what we need to do to just get them over that top to hit the 3 digits. So we'll see. Hopefully it stays together the way I got it built, and we'll see how it goes. So I will talk to you guys in the next one, and everybody have a good time with whatever you're doing out there with the hobby. We'll talk to you guys later.